Well, welcome back. And here we have a brush cutter. Now this is an oversized lawnmower, but it's not for the lawn, it's not for grass. It's for chopping down weeds, brush, particularly anything that's kind of thicker than grass. You could go very, very slow with grass, but it tends to just push it down. So don't rent your bush hogs, and sometimes that's a slang for this. Brush cutter is what it is normally called, but bush hog is a slang for this piece of equipment. It's more for knocking down your weeds in a field. Once they start getting up, a foot or a couple of feet high, and if it gets up too high, maybe 3 feet, maybe you want to knock it down a bit with a trimmer first, and then go over it with the brush cutter. Now the blade on this is different than a lawnmower. Tip it up here, and you can see that it's a thick, coarse blade, but the ends are loose. They spin around, and the reason they're loose is because in fields or brush, sometimes you'll hit something, and maybe a stump or a piece, hopefully not a rock, but these will flick back and give some resilience instead of being broken or bent like your lawnmower blade would, which is obviously much thinner because it's only meant for grass. These are fairly thick, up to about 1/4 inch thick, so they may take a good chunk out of them, but they won't break and bend. So you run it at full speed. Now the body on these will tilt, and that's because of the terrain that you would be going over. Here we foam fill the tires, because believe it or not, in some areas, even where there's spruce trees or pine trees, the needles will actually get into the tires and give you flats. So big benefit to have foam filled tires. Now the big thing on bush hogs or brush cutting is speed of operation. Now everybody, when they get high weeds, they want to get it knocked down, they want to get it done. It might be hot. June is a typical month for doing and using this piece of equipment. Dry conditions are the best. Wet conditions are your enemy. So you don't want to be out there in water, you don't want to be out there in mud. Drier conditions, the material will cut much better. It'll lay down. You won't get it wrapped around the blades as you would with wet conditions or high grass. It starts getting wrapped around underneath, and so it'll get shot out or left as a dry condition. So go very slowly and only go to the speed that you're actually doing and cutting and breaking things down. If you go very quickly and you're rolling over it and it's laying down, you're not giving the machine the chance to do its job. Everything is designed to work at a certain pace, at a certain conditions. And obviously, as we know, conditions vary. So go along slowly. You do have forward, variable forward speed, and you do have reverse. Now you don't cut in reverse, but usually when you're reversing, you'll tip the machine up to turn around or to get yourself out of a situation. And most all the machines, you can take this lever on the side here, and you can put it in or out so that you can push the machine manually, or it would be under power. And you move that little lever in and out. And to start the blades turning, you would push down on the safety, push the lever down, you'll hear the blades kick on, have your machine up at full speed, and then start going along and brush cutting your material. Now you'll notice on the front there's no wheels or anything, they're just skid plates. It just skids along the top of the surface. So obviously if it got real muddy or anything, these would be burying themselves down and getting the blade too close to the material. So take your time, loading and unloading just very slowly up any ramps. Make sure you tie down your load, and don't forget to subscribe.